Hello, Mr. Johnson. I'm Miss Robinson. I'm the counselor here. Could you please tell me what brings you in to see us today?
Uh, I wanted to talk to someone about anger
Mm-hmm.
and maybe see if it's just me or I have a right to be angry when I get angry. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of confused.
Okay. So you want to know, is it okay to get upset and the times that you get upset?
Yeah, and if not, then what do I need to do to manage my anger better?
And come up with some solutions maybe when you get upset
Get
on
some
how to better.
alternatives.
Well, give me some examples of when you lose your temper.
I think I think I lose my temper because usually because of patience,
Mm-hmm.
lack of patience. Uh, I think I have a lot of expectations of people at
Mm-hmm.
certain levels. My kids are intelligent kids. Kids at 10 years old should have a certain level of knowledge and competency. So when I explain something to a 10-year-old, I expect them to be able to comprehend as a 10-year-old. And typically when they don't, it escalates to an anger issue.
So you feel as though when I explain something to you and you're not understanding what I'm saying, then you get frustrated and upset because you're not being understood.
Yes.
Even though it's a 10-year-old, a child.
Hmm.
So you feel as though a child should understand everything you're saying.
I think I understand maybe this isn't the right word, cognitive uh, level
Mm-hmm.
of kids at a certain age. So of course I wouldn't expect a 2-year-old
Mm-hmm.
to understand what a 10-year-old should. So, but I think I talk at that particular level.
Mm-hmm. So do you think we all progress at different rates and that all 10-year-olds are not the same?
Oh no, all 10 years are not the same.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I deal with people on the job that's uh, some degree, some's not. Just because you degree don't necessarily mean you're going to understand everything at a certain level.
Mm-hmm.
But that has to do with a relationship and understanding that individual as well.
Mm-hmm. So you realize the importance of building relationships with people.
Mm-hmm.
And do you feel as though if you build those relationships, some of the anger might cease?
I don't like people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess so. We can, yeah, I guess the more people, well, yeah, even though I have a relationship with that individual, I still tend to get angry.
Mm-hmm. What is it about people you don't like? Because I heard you say you don't like people. Well, maybe I feel relations. What does all that mean?
No, like I said, I think it has to do with patience and tolerance.
So you don't like people because.
Yeah, I'm less tolerable.
Mm. So what do you expect them to be? How do you expect them to be?
That's a good question. I don't know. Different people, different expectations, depending on the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But it's, it's like on the job. Uh, Provide training, establish expectations, communicate expectations, give continual feedback on expectations and growth, and then you expect, and you tell them what you expect their confidence level should be, and then they just don't get it.
They don't get what you feel they should get.
Right, at a
Mm.
certain level.
So you think they should get what you think they should get.
Yes.
And if they don't, then that's frustrating
Yes,
and
very
upsetting.
frustrating. Yes.
Have you double checked to have them explain to you what you're saying?
Yes. Usually, my thing is, you have not heard me until you repeat what I have said.
Do you remember sometimes back in school when people used to do math and the teacher's up there doing the problem and most people say, oh, I know how to do it. But when they're left on their own, some of that goes away.
Mm-hmm. I believe that.
Could that be the same thing when you're at work and you're training and it's when you're there, yes, they have it. But now you're gone. That support has left. And now I really have to put into practice what I've learned. But I really don't know it. Even though I have told you and repeated back, I can regurgitate what I said, but I can't put it into practice. So you're saying when they can't put into practice what they stated, that upsets you.
Oh, absolutely. Especially at a certain level. Not a factory worker, but a technician and above. Absolutely. Especially when you repeat what I've said, so you understand what I said. So when I get the report, when you provide me this information, it's going to be what I expect.
Okay, so let's go back. When we said sometimes people can repeat but not understand truly. So just because they're repeating, does it truly mean they understand how to put it in practice?
I don't get that.
If someone can say, I know how to multiply, you do first, you multiply this number here, and then you do this number. Then they go home and they forget.
Then they didn't know how to do it.
But they repeated it.
And usually if you repeat it, you understand it.
So you think just because someone says it, they can go out and put it into practice?
Yes.
And if they don't, that upsets you?
Absolutely.
Give me another example of something that upsets you.
Repeatedly asking a child to do something in a calm manner, and then not getting the expected reaction or response. But then when you escalate or appear or suggest that you're upset, it gets done.
Those two problems sound a lot alike. Do you realize that? Because what you said is when you tell a child something over and over, kind of like at work, if I tell them and they repeat it, but they don't follow through. So maybe your issue is with the follow through. So when it's not carrying out, that's what's making you angry.
Right.
So what could you do to prevent from being angry when that happens?
Get somebody else to do it.
So you just think you should get them off the hook.
Yeah, to prevent me from being angry. Yeah.
But we don't want to get them off the hook. But at the same time, we don't want you to be angry. Because they should be held responsible.
Right.
But then you have to behave in a way that they won't shut down. Because you know sometimes going off causes people to shut down.
Right.
So that's what we need to come up with. A way that you can respond when you feel as though they're not understanding what you're saying or they're not following through with what you're saying. Be it a child or be it an adult.
So you want to be a calmer, relaxed person. That causes high blood pressure.
Being calm.
Not expressing how you really feel.
But it's okay to express how you feel. No one's saying hold in how you feel. What I'm saying is how you let out those emotions. And you can't lash it out. You can tell someone something in a way that they can understand, and you haven't held it in.
I don't have a lot of success doing that.
And why do you feel that's not successful?
I think people tend to react when they're under